If you have aphasia, somebody has probably recommended the Tactus therapy apps to you. And for good reason. As a speech therapist, I recommend them to my clients too. Today, I'm going to walk you through some of the tips and tricks in the Naming Therapy app to make sure that you are squeezing every last drop out of your therapy at home. And y'all, I'm really excited about this video because there is one setting that can completely change how motivating and how effective your practice can be. I almost never see anyone change this setting. A lot of people don't even know that it exists. And in my opinion, it is the thing that makes the biggest difference in how much progress you see at home. And let me just say before we go any further, this video is not sponsored. Tactus is not paying me to say this. Nobody's paying me to say this. These are just my own opinions as a speech therapist who's been using these apps for over a decade. Okay, let's dive in. Today, we're talking about the Tactus Naming Therapy app. You can buy this app as a standalone app, or you can bundle it in the 4-in-1 language app. If you bundle, you get access to naming as well as comprehension, reading, and writing. And as y'all know, I think it's really important to work on all of these areas of language. So this is what I generally recommend to people, and it's a little bit cheaper if you bundle all 4 apps together. All right, generally speaking, I like this app. Language is really complicated, so you need a lot of repetition, and this app is a great way to get independent practice at home. However, a lot of people are not aware of all of the different settings in this app. So today I'm going to show you how to tweak a few of these settings to really get the most out of your home practice, including the one thing that is the biggest deal. When clients do this, I see the most progress in our sessions. So when you open it up, there are settings that will apply to everything within this app, and you can change those if you want to. You go in and this allows you to email your results to somebody, maybe a caregiver or your speech therapist. You can include the recordings of yourself saying the things so that somebody else can give you feedback about how it sounds. You can change the language. I did not know this for the longest time, but you have choices here. It's not just English. You can also go through and customize the word list. So some of these pictures make people uncomfortable, or like if you're doing this with a caregiver and this image pops up, you might be like, oh, hello, I'm sitting with my father-in-law who had a stroke and that feels kind of weird. This is the place where you can uncheck things that you just don't want to see. And if you ever don't know what a setting is, there's these little question marks next to it that can tell you what's going on. You can also change some of those settings that are for the specific parts of the app. But actually, I'm going to have you back out of this and show you something different. All right, so let's go into naming practice real quick because this is what I want to show you. I'm so excited. This screen explains that there are different cues or hints to help you think of the word. They go from least helpful to most helpful. All right, we're going to push next, and then here are the settings. I would probably start with a low number of trials personally. Try to do 10 and really give it your all for those 10. Number of syllables is really dependent on your level of aphasia and whether or not you also have apraxia of speech. My thinking is that you can always change these and you want to set yourself up for success. That is one mistake that I see a lot of my clients making is they want to do too much too fast. They're choosing all the words, they're choosing long words, they're doing really hard words, and they want to do 100 in one sitting. And I see where you're coming from because you want to get better right now. But aphasia therapy is really all about those small, steady steps. By the way, if you want a weekly email where I send you all of my favorite resources and tips and tricks for practicing at home, sign up for my newsletter. You can find that at aphasiawithbree.com/subscribe. I will also put a link in the description below. All right, now let's go over to the categories tab. At the bottom, you'll see Add, Edit, Custom. And this is it, y'all. This is the magic thing that I'm telling you about. It allows you to upload your own photos of people you love and places you go so that you can work on stuff that's important to you. And I rarely see anybody make any changes here, but this is it, y'all. This is where people make a ton of progress and you see a difference in their daily lives. It does involve a little bit of setup, and that can take some time, but please believe me when I tell you it is worth the trouble. Let's make a category called My Family together. A really cool thing about how our brain heals is that it pays attention to things that matter to you. So it's going to pay extra attention if it sees a picture of your spouse or a picture of your dog. So this kind of practice is extra powerful. Let me show you exactly how it works. First, you tap Add, Edit, Custom, and this is where it will have all of your custom categories. We'll put Add New Category, Add New Item, and then here is the screen that allows you to do all of this personalization. This is the part where you type the name, then you can record the sound, Hank.
Hank.
You can either choose an image from your camera roll or you can take a picture right here, right now. I'm going to choose a picture from my camera roll. If you know how many syllables it is, this is where you can put that in, or you can have a caregiver or helper put this in for you. Okay, this is the only part that's like a little bit annoying. You can't just write the word and upload a picture. You have to also record the word, you record a definition, sentence completion, and the first sound. You also have to select between 4 and 6 questions for the app to ask you to help you sort of make these connections with this word. You'll just want to pick things that kind of sort of make sense. You don't have to provide answers right here in the settings. This would just be for you to say while you're practicing. So if that feels like a lot or that's overwhelming to you, forward this video to a caregiver or a family member or friend and have them help you. This is truly invaluable. So if you need to ask for help to get this part set up, do it, because then you will have these custom decks forever. And I think this is why people don't always use the custom decks. It does require a lot of you and it does require some time to set it up. But really, truly being able to say the words that matter to you is so worth it. When I see my clients do this, all of a sudden they're saying their kids' names, or they're saying the name of their grocery store, or they're getting out words that are their favorite foods. I would say just block off some time and make it happen. This would be a really beautiful gift for someone with aphasia. So if you're watching this and you have a loved one, the gift of your time would be so meaningful to set this up for someone. Okay, so what are y'all thinking so far? Let me know in the comments. Now that we've added some custom decks, let's see it in action. And this is going to be an important piece. When you back out of this, you'll be in the category settings. Scroll all the way down and make sure that your custom categories are checked. And when you're practicing, you can either mix these in with other things or you can uncheck all the other stuff and just practice your custom words. I'm going to only use my custom deck photos, and let's see what this would look like during a practice session. This is what it would look like in naming practice.
A home improvement store. I look at paint samples at Home Depot. My friend from kickball.
Dave.
Dave.
And again, the way that your brain heals is that it pays attention to emotional or important or familiar things. So this is going to make your practice so powerful. Not to mention, this is a lot of times what people want to say. The things that matter most to you are the people that you love and the places that you go. So I urge you guys to make use of these custom decks. It is truly so cool, and I love that this is in the app. All right, I hope this helped you look at some of the settings within the Tactus Naming Therapy app. And truly, if you only change one thing in the settings, please add your own custom decks. This is where the magic happens. Upload stuff that matters to you. Maybe your family members' names, or your pets, or places you like to go, or foods you like to eat. Make this personal for you. Practicing the stuff you want to be able to say will make all the difference. If this looks overwhelming, share this video with a caregiver or family member or friend who can help you set this up. And I want to hear how it goes. If you do this, please leave a comment below, or you can send me an email. I love to hear from you guys. And if you'd like other ideas for how to practice your speech and language after a stroke, check out some of my other videos here on Aphasia with Bree. If you want a weekly email where I send you resources and tips and tricks for how to practice at home, sign up for my newsletter. You can find that at aphasiawithbree.com/subscribe. I'll also put a link down below. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you again soon.